All right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here, and I'm here with Rafael Aronov. Rafael, how we doing, my man?
I'm good, brother. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. So, man, talk to us a little bit more about what's next for you, my man, and how training has been.
All right. So training is going well. What's next is Jamie Richardson, July 20th, in London. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good fight. It's a fight. It's gonna be fight of the night even before it started. He's a banger type of guy, and I'm also uh, like that. So yeah, it's I'm looking forward for a good war, and I'm also getting married next week. So it's an interesting camp, but it's going well overall.
Okay, all right. So, how has it been planning the wedding and on top of with the camp? Like, how hectic has life been?
It's a challenge. Also, being a special forces police officer in a country that is in war, on top on that,
Oh
on
yeah,
top of everything. Yeah, so everything together is a challenge, but we fighter love a good challenge, so we're not shining away from it. So it's going well. I'm ready. I just I've done a Friday sparring session with some of the top Israeli talent there is, and it went really well. I did 6 rounds, and it was good.
okay. So, who are some of
Ready,
your best training partners you've been with?
guy, of course, I should shout out is Stav Koren, which is a bantamweight, but giving me hell of a fight in sparring. And there's some good amateurs in the Israeli scene, and he's in the USA, but previous camp he have been big part of my camp. Harel Cohen, which is also be fighting in. I cannot tell yet, but very important and big fight. And my brother Eli Aronov, of course, is a big part of my camp. He's pushing me and all the team at Spirit MMA in Beersheba. Are really great guys, and there is some upcoming Israeli amateurs that pushing me very well, and I'm very happy with where I'm at, and preparation is going really well.
That's awesome. No, that's definitely good to hear. And what is the strength and conditioning kind of like in this fight camp coming up?
Yeah, so I've got a strength and conditioning coach. Before I used to just do sprints, and that's it. I even didn't lift too many weights. And this camp, I thought I should change things a little bit, and just so I make sure I win this fight and I do everything perfect from the beginning to like totally everything. And I'm just looking quickly for the exact name of the coach. So it's combat. The name of the coach is Robert, but I know the name of the coach. I just don't remember the company name. Um, just 1 second, quick second. Excuse me, wasn't ready for that question. Uh, oh yeah, I'll figure it out in a second. You just let's keep. So I've got a strength and conditioning coach, and the cardio will be there. I'm hoping for a long fight. My last fight it didn't go my way. I was ready for a big fight and for a long fight, but the choke at the end of the first round was pretty tight. Not many people know, but I went out, and and then he just let loose, and I woke up. It wasn't too long, but it was still a good choke. And then I went to the second round and was a bit tired, but it happens, and we'll be ready for everything this time. And I didn't expect last time for the most feared striker of Cage Warriors welterweight division to wrestle me, but I guess I punch hard, And from that fight on, I give a credit to Emil Brown, which is a hell of a fighter. But from that fight on, I'll be ready for any guy I'll be fighting for, even if he's a striker, mostly like Jamie Richardson. I'll be ready to wrestle, and my defense will be there, and I'll be ready for anything.
Now, what improvements are you doing in your fight camp compared to your previous one?
So improvements is first, as I said, of course, I've game planning as always, but we put some extra point, put some extra just on the takedown defense stuff from the last fight. We of course saw there is a holes there, fence defense, stuff like that. Nothing that I'm not good at, but just we saw that is a bit lack with when I'm tired. So now what we're working at is defending takedowns when I'm tired, and we adding this stuff to the game, and just specifically preparing for Richardson, and really it's gonna be a good fight, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. And what are maybe some of your goals right now in MMA?
Yeah, so well, you can always say I'm looking forward to. I know I was that close to getting a title shot in Cage Warriors, so I still think with a win or a good win or two, I can be back on the title contentions picture. And of course, there is a prize fighter tournament at Cage Warriors that maybe a 50 Gs could be a nice addition. For now, it's only in it's going to be on the London card, which I'm at, but at bantamweight. So we'll have to see how it rolls. But that also can be a good thing. I've got a contract in Cage Warriors. The Emil Brown fight was only the first fight, and I'm looking forward to winning this fight and proving I belong. Emil Brown was a top level fighter. He trains with, of course, with Leon Edwards, and trains with plenty of other. I think it's the best gym in the UK, which is a big thing. And I made the striker a wrestler, so now we'll be ready just to wrestle, and I'll prove the striking is still there, and I'm just looking forward to prove I still belong, and I'm staying with Cage Warriors. Cage Warriors is really taking care of me, and it's a amazing platform. The staff is awesome, and I cannot say anything bad about the organization, and I'm just for now focusing on finishing my contract there, and with a win or two, I'm getting back to the title contentions, and with the win of a title in Cage Warriors, the phone call is not that far. So
oh yeah. No, yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that phone call. Yeah, if you keep on winning. And with that being said, too, on your arm, you got a tattoo. Talk us a little bit more about the meaning behind it and what it is.
Which one of them?
Either or. Yeah, I didn't even see that one, but I was talking about the other one. But yeah.
There's the belt and there's the gladiator.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I was talking about that one, but yeah, either or. Might as well talk about them both.
Yeah, so of course the belts is just from the beginning, just putting what's my goal is getting a black belt, of course, and sticking to martial arts even after I retire from competition, and it's just what I love to do. I enjoy the most, fighting and competing, and just even rolling on mats and just testing myself. So that's a meaningful tattoo, because that's just what martial arts for me, and I know I'm gonna stick to it till I get old, or my body can't keep the pace.
Oh yeah.
And the second one is just it's an awesome piece, which is done by Nam Arts. Credit to Nam Arts. Just an awesome gladiator.
Oh yeah.
Which is after my let's see, after my win at the Romanian title at the organization Heroes. So a friend of mine, which is a tattoo artist, he just told me, "Man, you're sorry, I cannot swear, but you're just an F gladiator, and you have to have a tattoo of a gladiator on your arm." And just one fight after it, there is already a picture with the there is a fake blood on the gladiator, which is tattooed fake blood. I don't know if you can see it. There is a little bit red. But at the fight, my first fight at Cage Warriors, so I got punched in my ear and it just burst. So and it was on the same side of the tattoo, so all my tattoo got covered with blood, and there was some pretty epic pictures from that that damage. So there is a and I feel like I've always felt like we are all fighters, not just myself, are modern day gladiators. Just it's a sports of entertainment, and I feel that way when I step inside the cage. I feel like it's me or him. And of course, after the fight, it's all respect, and I wish nothing bad for my opponents. But when I'm in there and the cage doors are closed, I'm firing with bad intentions, and I'm looking to take out my opponent out of there, And I'm really a fighter. I don't know if for guys who never saw my fights, I've said it before in Cage Warriors interviews. I'm okay with getting knocked out. I know I'm all in. Let's say this way, I'm either getting knocked out or choked out, or I'm getting a knockout, or I'm choking out people. Just I don't like judges. I never trust them, and that's why I'm very connected to that tattoo. I am very, very connected to it, and I feel like a gladiator. Wow. As simple as that.
That makes sense. Now with you having that kill or be killed mindset, with you saying you don't care about being knocked out or not, what are the nerves kind of like when you're going in there and fighting? Do you happen to have any at all?
Oh man, nerves. A fighter that will say he doesn't get nervous before fights, I should probably call him a liar or crazy.
Right.
I always have nerves, but I always remind myself, I used to have a lot of pressure on my shoulders before fights because I used to think big, and I used to say to myself, I want to be a UFC champion, stuff like that. Man, I still want to be a UFC champion, but as soon as I reminded myself before every fight that I love it, I just enjoy the fight, enjoy the fighting, enjoy the way, enjoy the training, enjoy testing myself, enjoy competing. As soon as I told myself this stuff before fights, I started fighting much, much better, So of course I'm nervous before a fight. I'm gonna be getting punched in the face in a few minutes, So I'm nervous, but it's a good nerves, I love fighting, man. I love fighting more than everything.
Right. Now, when you're in fight camp and stuff, what are some things that you like to do to maybe get your mind off of fighting?
So there is always my beautiful wife, Lior, which is my best supporter and also my best friend, and we are going out. So just hanging with her, and of course hanging with some good friends. So I'm very I don't need too much, and so I'm going out sometimes. We got a beautiful nature over here in Israel, and so maybe going out sometimes from time to time. But I'm working, so I'm pretty busy, man. I've got a pretty serious job. Being a special forces police officer isn't easy, and of course I'm getting married, as I said. So I'm just loving hanging out with my wife, and the rest of the time is just good friends, and that's it. I'm not a fancy guy.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Now, with you having that police officer job, what was it like to kind of get certified as a police officer? Talk to us a little bit more, kind of how you got that job.
Yeah, so the police officer idea actually came out when I thought of retiring from the sport, because I injured my neck. I got a bulge disc, and I injured my neck. And then I started thinking about retiring, and just said to myself that whoopa, sorry about that.
We're good.
I just need to find something that something else to do, something else I can make a living out of. And my father is a policeman, and that's always something that was in my mind. So it just came naturally. So of course I've been in great shape. So getting to the special forces wasn't a big issue. And with me getting back to the special forces and taking some time off, my neck just healed. I just took some really good time off, and of course stayed in shape because I'm in the special forces and I just have to be in shape. So I stayed in shape, and then when I started getting back to training, also thanks to my wife, which I met nearly to me getting recruited to the special forces, and she just came with me to training when I started to getting back, and she was like, you're going to war with your brother, which is in a contender, serious fighter, and you helping him prepare for fights, and you when you spar like you're fighting, and maybe you should just get back to competition. And I've listened to her, luckily, and since then it just it's been a good ride, and the ride is still going, and I'm enjoying it very much. So the me being a police officer somehow created also the nickname, the cop. I never had the nickname before, and I just thought about it like I'm a cop. So maybe, and the entrance song, which is whoop whoop, that a song to the police, and it's just a thing I've becoming known of in Israel. The cop, and people started making stickers of RoboCop and stuff like that, and it got a kind of, and even the police in Israel is very supportive, and they sent a guy who is a video photographer for the police, which is usually just documenting police work. They've sent him with me to a fight in Tel Aviv, a big fight. I was the main event there, and they just documented my fight, which was amazing, and I won the fight, and all the aftermath, and everything. It was just awesome, and the police is very supportive of me being a fighter and an athlete, and it just comes together because being a special forces police officer, you just need to be in shape, and you need to be in shape also as a fighter, and some of the mentality also transitions. While I'm dealing with people shooting at me and crazy stuff like that on a daily basis, fighting in a cage, not that intimidating anymore,
Right. Yeah.
So the two things combined together, it just comes naturally. So I'm very thankful for my job as a police officer, and of also serving the country, and as an American, you guys have a lot of respect for the troops, and Memorial Day, stuff like that. So it's also the same here in Israel, and it's just a good combination, being a cop and
Yeah, no, definitely. And man, with that being said, I mentioned to you briefly, I'm a Taekwondo instructor. I've been teaching for 6 years, training for 19 years, and I'm only 24 years old. So I just love martial arts. And with that being said, man, with all the different guys I have in my gym, what advice would you give to them to keep on coming into the gym and to keep on getting better and better every single day?
Well, just enjoy the process. I think enjoying the process is what made the difference in my mentality and in my way of fighting. Because once I've took off a lot of pressure from my shoulders, and just enjoy the process, enjoy the camp, I avoided plenty of injuries. I started winning, and just things just became much more better. And when you just remind yourself from, there is also always a pleasure, a pressure for winning a fight, and of course, you only want to win and you never want to lose. And but you need to just remind yourself from time to time to enjoy the process and enjoy the game, because eventually that's what got you to the game. I personally didn't start martial arts and thought I'm going to be a professional fighter. There's maybe some people which did, but me personally, I just started doing it and just loved the game, loved the challenge, loved testing myself against other martial artists. So, just remind yourself from time to time that, and everything will be okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, definitely. I definitely think that's a solid message. And speaking of messages, what's maybe your final message out there for the fans watching this video?
My final message to the fans, I say to the fans who didn't know me yet, go check my fights. And my Instagram, of course, is Rafael Aronov. So if you want to follow my journey, I'd love that, and I appreciate that. And I just want to, of course, Israel is in rough times. I just want to support, send my support to the Israeli troops, and say thank you to everybody that is protecting me and my family and the whole country, and making it available for me to train and to do what I love, and some of them even sacrifice their life for that. So that's the message, and thank you. Yeah, and that's it. And yeah, I think it's a good message to end the conversation.
Absolutely. And I definitely think that's a solid message. And thank you so much for coming on the show. It means a lot to me. And yeah, we're looking forward to your next fight. And yeah, again, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I had a really good time, and it's really had the fun. And one more thing, if I may, maybe I just remembered. So I'm also a agent, and I've got an agency which is Aronov Agency, and as I said about Harel Cohen, which is a big prospect, and guys like Raz Brink, which will be fighting with me on the London card. So I'm also an agent, and yeah, I just wanted to mention it. And I'm the only agent right now coming out of Israel. So I'm also planning my future, which is also a good advice to give for guys that are just beginning their way fighting. You're gonna be done at 35. In a good case, with no injuries, stuff like that. So always think about the future and plan your future. The percentage of guys that are getting to a UFC gold and enjoying all the glory and all the money is not big. So always think the future.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, the future is definitely important. And I definitely think that was a solid thing to end on. And again, man, thank you so much for taking the time. It means a lot to me for coming on the show.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yes, no problem.
Have a blessed weekend.
In the future.
What?
We'll have to do another one in the future.
We'll do another one after I win.
Let's go. It sounds like a good plan. All right, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much, brother. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You too.